What's up everybody? My name is Lee Bartow, and today I'm going to show you how to cook some seriously delicious bacon steamed clams. That being said, let's get right to it. This is Cooking with Style. Step number one, you want to make sure that you wash the clams thoroughly so you remove all the sand. When you do buy clams, you want to make sure that none of them are open and that they're all nice and tightly locked. Step number two, let's talk about our ingredients. Of course, we need our clams. We need some white wine, some diced applewood smoked bacon, some diced red bell peppers, some diced fresh tomatoes, a little bit of minced garlic, some unsalted butter, some freshly squeezed lemon juice, and an herb blend of fresh parsley, fresh thyme, and fresh chive. Let's talk about an easy way to clean down your bell pepper. First, you want to cut off the top so that way it sits flat. Now you want to run your knife from the base of the pepper all the way to the top, about 1/4 of an inch in. That way you're exposing the seeds, but you're not cutting into the pit. Now there is one more step that I like to do when I'm working with peppers. I like to devein them, which is taking out that white veiny portion. That actually has a little bit of bitterness to it, and I would much rather in this dish have a nice sweet red bell pepper. Step number 3, preparing the fresh herbs. With the chives, all you want to do is line them up like soldiers and slice through them very gently. That way you do not break out any of the flavor or the moisture. For the fresh parsley, you want to make sure that you reserve a few of the plouches off to the side for garnish. Now next, you want to roll them into a tight little bunch, because you only want to put your knife through these once. You do not want to chop them vigorously. You will destroy all of the flavor. Now the fresh thyme is very easy. All you have to do is hold up the stem, run your fingers straight down, and the small leaves will pull off. You do not even have to take a knife to these. Now that we've got all our ingredients assembled, let's get cooking. Step number 4. Let's start with cooking our bacon on medium heat with just a little bit of olive oil. You want to cook your bacon for about 3 minutes before we start adding other ingredients. Now that our bacon has sauteed for about 3 to 4 minutes, let's go ahead and add our diced red bell peppers and get them cooking alongside with it to infuse themselves with that bacon flavor. We're also going to add in our minced garlic and let that saute. Now, all of this mixture right now needs to saute for about another 2 to 3 minutes. Now it's time to start adding all of our other ingredients. First, let's start off with our diced tomatoes. Let them saute for a real quick second. Then we're going to toss in our lemon juice. Now let's go ahead and add about 1.5 cups of a nice white wine. Let's go ahead and give that a nice quick stir. so that way you deglaze the pan from a little bit of that fond from the bacon. Next, we're going to go ahead and add our diced butter, our fresh herb mixture, go ahead and give it a couple more stirs, that way you can get the butter to start melting. And then what we're going to do is season it with a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper. Now that it's all ready to go, it's time for our clams. Now that all the ingredients are in the pot, let's get it covered up and let these clams steam for about 6 to 8 minutes, or at least until you see them opening up. Step number 5, let's open them up. Look at those beautiful clams. They've all nicely popped open. They're nice and simple and firm and infused with all of that beautiful broth. Step number 6, let's plate those things up. Grab yourself a nice bowl, take them in and out with tongs, that way you can be a little bit more gentle. Now that all the clams are in the bowl, let's pour all of that broth and the fixins on top of those clams to keep them nice and hot, and to also be there for dipping with a nice piece of toasted bread. Step number 7, top it off with your parsley that you reserved from earlier, and just go ahead and enjoy it. Thank you again for watching. The ingredient list for this recipe is down below in the description. And once again, don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel so that way you can catch up with all future content.